Have you ever noticed that when you're stressed, overwhelmed, or you're carrying a lot emotionally, your breathing can become shallow, your shoulders can start creeping up to your ears, and your chest can feel tight? And over time, this tension can leave us feeling stiff in our chest, our shoulders, our ribs, our upper back, making it difficult to take a deep, satisfying breath. And this ultimately makes it more difficult for us to feel calm and present. So, in today's yin yoga practice, we'll gently create space through the chest, the rib cage, the upper back to help you breathe more deeply, to release any buildup of tension, and to support your nervous system. All is a way to improve your mobility, to encourage relaxation, and to help you feel lighter, and not only physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. And as we soften these areas of the body that can tighten during times of stress, we'll also create the practice of creating space. This is space for your breath, space for your body, and perhaps more space in your mind. Let's move into the practice. For this practice, you'll want one small cushion, and if you have yoga props, you'll want one block and a blanket that you can wrap around the block or put over the block to soften it. Now, if you don't have any yoga props, you can roll up a towel, you can roll up a blanket, and you want it to be a little narrower than your chest. So we're going to use this to open up the chest and open up the space between the shoulder blades and your spine. So about this width of your chest, and then about the length of your rib cage. Of course, this is rough, right? We just want some soft support that we can use for 2 of the 4 postures in this practice. Now, once you have something figured out, and once we move into the posture, you'll see how it's working for you. Feel free to pause the video to make sure that you're comfortable in the posture, and make sure that you're using props that support you in the posture so you can fully relax. Once you have that set up, let's take the long way onto the mat, and we're going to come onto the stomach, lying over this. And you want this under your chest so the collarbones can actually fall over your prop, and you can rest your forehead down onto your mat. And you can take your arms alongside your torso, the palms can face up, and let yourself completely relax down over your prop. So this is where we are letting the shoulders completely release down toward the ground. The upper back is rounding out. And if you feel some compression of your prop underneath your belly, that's totally fine. That can increase the circulation in your digestive system and not be a bad thing. But again, make sure that it's soft enough where you feel comfortable. And most importantly, where you can breathe. Because we're creating space for our breath, first and foremost, in this practice. And then just begin to let go. Let your eyes close if they aren't already. And notice if you hold your shoulders up. And let that weight go. Now, if you feel like there's too much pressure on your forehead, resting your head straight down, you can take your head to one side. But if you can keep the forehead onto the ground, and that's comfortable,
then you're also opening up the back of your neck. And just notice if there are places where you have tendencies of holding, bracing, gripping. And you can use your awareness to let that holding go. Let gravity take that tension. Let your lower back release down. It's really letting the muscles throughout your entire back soften and round out over the support. Now, if you have your head turned to one side, you can change the direction of your head. And feel how your breath can move into your back. Almost like it's massaging your back body. And as your back softens and opens up, perhaps you also feel the front of your body softening as well. So the chest, the front of the shoulders, the pecs, the deltoids, that can get so tight living in the modern world, being on devices. Letting that chronic holding release. Just a few more breaths, letting yourself go even more on your exhales. Now you can bring your head to the center if it isn't already, and begin to lift your head up. You can bring your hands down onto your mat and press into your hands. You can roll through your spine, come up into a tabletop position, and you can move through some cats and cows. You can roll through your spine, you can roll through your shoulders, you can circle through your hips, through the neck, wherever you're feeling this. Feeling into any space that you've already created, where that may be. And sometimes as we let go of chronic tension, it can feel uncomfortable at first. Our muscles aren't necessarily used to carrying us in that way, so that's okay too. Now you can come to sit on your heels. Let's take the prop off of the mat and come to lie down on your right side. Taking your right arm out overhead so you can rest your head onto your arm.
And walk your fingers, your right fingers, out away from you so you feel your right ribs opening up. And then you can bend through your knees since we're really focused on the upper body in this practice. So you feel really soft and supported here lying on your side. And now begin to reach overhead with your left arm and really reach. And you can reach up and out through your right fingers as well. So you feel this opening through the side ribs. And once you feel that space has opened, let yourself begin to soften, closing your eyes if they aren't already. And feeling into this space that's so easily closed off. Through the sides of our ribs, the sides of our lungs, the sides of our heart space. And feel how heavy you can let yourself be here. Feeling how the right ribs can release down into the ground. And how your arms can weigh down into the ground or your left arm over your head. Relaxing through your hands, through your fingers. And then exploring how your breath can move into your side ribs. Maybe it feels most natural for the breath to move into your left lung, out through the side ribs. And just notice what this opening stirs up in you, brings up in you. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's feeling sleepy or more relaxed. Maybe there's numbness or tingling. Just letting yourself be with the sensations arising in your body. Maybe you feel some space opening up at the base of your ribs through your diaphragm. Notice if you're holding yourself up from gravity. Anywhere, it can be in your pelvis, your head, your neck, through your legs. And then you can bring your left hand down in front of you and lengthen out through your left leg, press down into your left hand, and curve through your spine so you come up in an easy way to come up and come onto your left side. Taking your left arm out And you can walk your left fingers out. So you're opening up this space from the shoulder through the side ribs. And you can bend your knees so you feel like you can really relax here. And now reach out through your right arm and reach up. Let your shoulder blade move up the back ribs. And you can reach both your left hand and your right hand up. And then relax into it, soften into it. Let your eyes close. And feel how much you can soften. Noticing where your breath wants to move. And how your breath can support you in creating space. And this can be space between your ribs and your hips. It can be between the ribs themselves. It can be space between the breaths. And it can also be space between you and your thoughts. Between you, your awareness, and your emotions. And it can be space between the thoughts themselves. What does it mean for you when the clouds begin to clear? How does that feel in your breath? In your body? In your emotions? Or in your mind? Let's take a few mindful breaths into the right ribs, out through the side of your right lung. Feeling your inhale expand into the side ribs. And feeling a deeper softening and release on your exhales. this breath even massaging into the muscles around your right shoulder, and the muscles running between the ribs, the intercostals. Now you can bring your right hand out in front of you, lengthen out through your right leg, and you can reach out through your right leg, curve through the spine, press into your right hand so you find a soft, easy way to come up. Now let's bring our block with the blanket over it, whatever prop you created for this practice, back onto the mat, long onto the mat. And let's have a cushion handy above that mat. Now we're going to come into a supported fish pose. So you can take your legs out long, and we want this prop to be running through the center of the back, ideally between the shoulder blades, or maybe into the tips of the shoulder blades, but not too much wider than that. Now, if you feel comfortable having your head back, you can take that option. I don't find it comfortable, so I'm going to use this small cushion to support the head. And once you feel like you're propped up here and we're getting this opening through the chest, and now we're going to let the shoulders release down toward the floor, getting this opening through the pecs into the deltoids, through the front of the shoulders, and this space that can get so closed off. You can take your arms out long, have your palms face up. So we're creating more space for the heart and for the lungs. You can close your eyes once you're settled in. And just like with any yin posture, first feeling those big adjustments as you release, as you consciously let go. And maybe a release doesn't happen in your body, and that's okay. That's why we hold these postures longer, and why we create a practice with yin yoga. So we get this repetition of teaching these tissues that they can begin to release. And this can be a lifetime worth of holding. So it's very natural for that to take time. And first you can feel how your breath naturally moves into your belly. Maybe you feel some expansion of your breath into your lower ribs. And as you breathe here deeper with your diaphragm, let go through your lower body. So your hips and pelvis, your legs are completely relaxed. And notice if you're holding the weight of your head, letting your head become even heavier, allowing your neck to release. You can swallow to relax your throat and your jaw. And perhaps you can explore your breath moving into your side ribs here, the space that you were just creating and feeling into. There's perhaps a little more movement, a little more space for that movement into your side lungs and your side ribs. And you can feel your breath move into your back ribs, into the support beneath your back, your upper back, the space between the shoulder blades and the spine. Now explore the space through your chest. And how your breath can expand into your front ribs. And perhaps all the way into the front of your shoulders, into the space behind your collarbones, the very tops of your lungs. And if you can feel your breath expand into the front of your lungs, the tops of your lungs, on your exhales, feel a deeper release, a deeper softening, an allowance for space. And you can begin to bring some movement into your feet, your ankles, up through your waist. You can take your arms overhead and take a big stretch through your body. Feel your belly open up, your ribs open up even more. And then you can just roll over onto one side. Take your props off to the side and come onto your back into Shavasana. Taking your arms out long, the palms facing up, and making sure that your shoulders are into your back. Your heels are out to the width of your mat. Your feet can rock out to the side. So you're completely relaxed here. And letting this work that you've done through this short practice begin to integrate into this neutral position of your body. Noticing how your breath is moving.
and feeling into the space that you've created through your body, through your mind, and in your breath.
Now take a moment to feel into what may feel different after this practice. Perhaps your breathing feels a little easier, your shoulders have softened, or maybe you feel just a little more grounded. Let me know in the comments. I always enjoy hearing about your experience. And if you want even more yoga practices inspired by traditional Chinese medicine, be sure to download my free 5 Meridian yoga practices for real life symptoms. Inside, you'll find 5 practices to help support common challenges like stress, fatigue, digestive discomfort, emotional overwhelm, and poor sleep. You can find that linked in the description below. And if you found this practice helpful, you can subscribe so you don't miss the future yin and yang yoga, EFT, meditation, breathwork, and holistic health practices that I'm sharing every week here to support your body, your mind, and your nervous system. Thanks so much for practicing with me today, and thanks for taking this time to be present with yourself, with your body, and with your breath. I'll see you in the next video.